Callum, it's not very often that the announcement of a game is as interesting as the game itself, but I think this counts as one of those things. I think for us and like two other people.
Maybe I was all ready to be jamming to the really good menu music that exists in Startopia, but it doesn't exist in this game.
Nope.
This is really boring.
Nope, this is...
I want the old menu music back. I'm already upset by this video game.
Well, yeah, we'll see. So, a bit of background for people who are wondering what the fuck we're talking about. So, there was a game called Startopia in 2001, I think we worked out it was?
Yeah,
like
that sounds
long time ago. Which was a space station management game from Muckyfoot, which is a UK developer, and is one of my favourite games of all time. Really well loved game.
Cult classic.
I
believe it's termed.
As I discovered, it's you, me, and like 5 other people remember that game.
Sure.
Considering when I post about it in work, and people are like, "Oh, that thing." So
I think a lot of people are aware of it because it was on like demo discs and stuff a lot, but nobody actually bought the full game.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let a cutscene play in the background just to kind of show off what this looks like at the moment.
Oh, that's aggressively white. Oh.
Yeah, sorry, it's a very white screen. So yes, I woke up one morning and Polygon was running an article going 10 things you should know when starting Spacebase Startopia, and I went "Bah?" in that comedic noise.
Is that the exact noise that you made?
Yeah.
Did your wife then turn to you and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
What is that noise? You've never made that noise before in your life?
That's a new noise.
And then Sad explained this entire story for half an hour. So, this is published by Calypso, who are the Tropical people, right?
And other things, but yes, mainly.
Amongst other things, but are well known for being the Tropical developers, and developed by a studio called Realm Forge, who I think are mainly on like mobile games. This is their first their first big game, but it is not a sequel. But it's more than a remake. It's like a reimagining. It's a reimagining, but it's very, very close.
It's a relaunch for the famous Startopia franchise.
Yeah, of one game from 2001.
Remember Startopia 3 when it became a first-person shooter?
Oh
remember
that? The best shotguns in the business as far as
online multiplayer was not good.
Yeah, it's like responsible for deathmatch. So this is that game with a lot of the ideas of that game, but modernized quite well. And also, it's been on early access for a year, and I didn't know it existed, and it came out about a month ago, something like that. And I've been putting a bunch of time into it. The short answer is I really like it. I think it's a good update of that classic game that I've put a lot of hours into. Coming. There's not really a but, it's more a case of like, I don't know, it feels, some of the soul of that original game is missing, I feel, and I can't tell if that's nostalgia, or if it's actually just like the fact that it's not done by British developers and doesn't have that.
I was gonna say, I feel like there was a lot of like British style sense of humour in that game.
Yeah, so a core example is this cutscene, right? So I'm not opposed to the comic book cutscene thing, but if you listen to the voiceover, this is Val. So Val was in the original game, and they were your AI helper, basically, who was very sarcastic in a kind of Marvin the Martian style way. In this game, either they recorded a bunch of text-to-speech lines, or they have a voice actor who's doing text-to-speech, or it's real-time text-to-speech. It's one of those three, but it's definitely in that area of all of it is text-to-speech with the sarcastic tone. And the reason why I'm saying it's text-to-speech is because they mispronounce words every now and then.
Oh, good. Excellent.
In a way that's like kind of strange. So I'm going to jump into a free play very quickly just to show what the start of this looks like, and then I'll jump into one of my campaign missions. So there's multiplayer, there's a single player campaign, and there's obviously like sandbox mode, which is here. So I'm just going to add. I'm just going to jump into this just so we've not got a lot of things getting in the road of us actually seeing this. So we're just going to boot into this. So, hey, does this look like Startopia to you?
Yeah, a bit.
So, to the
moment I already don't like the reimagining. The robots and Scuzzers are wrong
These are
I like
fuzzers.
the scuzzers.
These are fuzzers.
Oh, right, of course, yeah.
I
I liked them before when they were all like big and blocky and they like waddled. That was great.
So I kind of okay. So like, in regards to things that are better from this game than the previous one, like just like smart quality of life things. One of the things that the original game had was the material buffer, where you would click on stuff and it would materialize into your hotbar at the bottom. Now you can press and hold the mouse button and it becomes a hoover, and you can just
that's good. Yeah,
actually hoover stuff up, and that includes things like the fuzzers can be picked up separately, all that kind of stuff, and they can be dumped down. So there's also no pause, so this is going to go badly, but
there's no pause.
There's no pause.
Why is there no pause? That seems ridiculous.
There's no real need, really.
You can slow it, but I guess
you can slow it down, but you can't. In fact, I might just very slow game speed for now.
Whoa, that's really slow.
Yeah. So the core of the game is built around your station. So it's a torus-shaped station, which is this map in the top left, and the station has 3 levels. This is the main deck, or the sub deck. This is your airlock, your trading, your medical station, your kind of standard kind of day-to-day. This is your truck stop area, basically.
Yeah.
This is that kind of functional stuff.
All the things you need at your fingertips at your fingertips.
Then you have your fun deck, which is your fun deck. This is where your various...
Oh, ladies love my fun.
Wow.
I can't help myself. I'm sorry.
So the fun deck is where you have like your attractions and your hotels and your bars and your all that kind of stuff. Does
it still have the love hotels? Is that
the love hotels got the love? What was it called? God, the
brothel, like the space brothel.
The space brothel that was there. No, that's now gone.
Fair.
But and then you have the bio deck, which was one of the really unique features of this game, where you have totally movable terraforming. Or totally changeable ground. So all of this is terraformable. Is that a word?
I'm sure that's a word.
You can now you can paint to raise terrain, and you can make mountains. And as you can see, as I make stuff into mountains, if I make it bigger, you get big mountains, and it changes the textures and all that stuff. But the main thing is that you can now, what used to be a system of add or remove moisture and raise or lower temperature is now actually you can just paint specific biomes in here. So you can say and you can hover over to say, okay, this is the forest meadow one. It's liked by the dryads, which is the little icon there, who are one of the races, and it says these produce fibers. The plants that grow here produce fibers, and the swamp produces medicines and blah blah blah. And you can still do if I get rid of the terraforming, you can still look at these and harvest them. Well, obviously you can't because this one's not done. If I do the overlay here, some stuff is ready. You can harvest them and turn them into crates. Oh right, because the speed's slow. That's why it was taking fucking forever. Also you can actually vacuum them up as well if you want to move them around and put them in pots downstairs and all that kind of stuff. Yes, that was also there. Yeah, I can't. Oh, okay. Yeah, nothing's really grown yet. But that was one of the big things as well. Is and as you open up these areas, so you can actually open up different areas of the station, and the more areas you have, the more obviously you have to put plants in and all this kind of stuff. And then these are harvested to create cargo things that are then used in various buildings and can be traded and all this kind of stuff. So that's the core of it. So let's do some. Well, actually, let's look at some of the races. So, for instance, this is the. Let me just bring up the list of them. This is the Bugathorians, who are definitely not the who work in the communications section and are the tech guys.
Right.
Which is totally separate from the previous bug guys who worked in the tech sections.
Yeah.
This is the Dryads. The Dryads are the replacements for the Carboramas, who are the
your Carborama farmers.
We're Carborama farmers who so you hire them and they work on your biodeck and manage the.
Do they also smoke weed like the Carboramas did?
I haven't witnessed it yet, but they definitely.
I mean, they didn't do it in original Startopia either, but you looked at them and they definitely.
You were
weed
you're 100%. These are the what are these guys called? They're called
Telgars.
Telgars. These are the Telgars. So these are your salt miner. From the previous ones, who kind of look identical and they work in the recycler and they do all that kind of stuff. So there's definitely
why is he just wearing underwear?
Because they kind of there's multiple costumes and they kind of show up with. So there's one of the items you can get, which I don't have. Oh wow, they just show you everything here, huh? Even though it's locked.
Battle arena. That was...
So one of the items you get, one of the buildings you get is a... can't remember which one of these it is, but it's basically a loot box dispenser. Like it's like a...
Oh really?
Yeah, so they pay money and you get a random loot box and you get a hat.
Oh good.
But they wear the hat, which I thought was quite good. But yeah, so if you look at the list of aliens, like these are all one-to-one mappings to the original aliens, right? Like the Brazilians are greys.
Very close. Yeah, very close to just not using the word grey.
Yeah, the Eurekers. I can't remember who worked in the research labs before, but it was the guys with the big brains, right?
Yeah. Oh god, let me look it up now.
Yeah, but these guys are like more like jellyfish, but they work in the same thing. Leviathans are your Casvagorians. They're your big
Casvagorians.
Your rough and ready dudes. The Celebramers are kind of close to the Sirens, but rather than working in the Love Hotel thing, they work in the disco. They're DJs.
They were Turakan in the original.
Oh yes, Turakan.
They were the dudes. They were the dudes with the two heads.
Yes, two heads and the lab jackets. That's what it was. And then the Hemnitger. I haven't seen them yet, but these are your spiritual. These are your.
Oh, the fucking Zedem.
Yes. Religious species that manages to reawaken the desire for divinity and spirituality in other species. So they will build the temple in the biodeck. All that stuff is there. I have not met these guys yet. I haven't progressed that far in the story, but they are there. But yeah, like there's some really nice quality of life stuff in here where, so stuff like your.
Are there gem slug equivalents?
Not really. Not that I've seen.
No.
You do get, well, we'll come on to why you don't need them anymore, but we'll get there. So stuff like this. So this is your kind of, this is everyone on the station right now, and it's just got some nice filter stuff. So it's like, okay, you can filter by species, which of them are employees, which of them are visitors. You can see like what they're currently doing or what they want, like ratings, dedications, all that kind of stuff. Like this is just nicer than it was before. Like it's just cleaner.
Seems like they want oxygen. That's
yeah. So that's one of the other new things that they've added, where especially relevant down here, but it's kind of relevant everywhere actually, is atmosphere quality. So actually, you know, let's jump into my my save.
Your pre-prepared save file.
Pre-prepared save for this. So this is one of the story missions that I'm working on. So you get achievements. So you've got like a main objective.
Oh, Eureka.
Yeah, Eureka.
Oh, I get it. Right, okay.
So each one of the campaign missions kind of introduces you to a new concept. So this is where you get introduced to the research lab, which is important. Every one of the campaign missions has like a main objective, which is like complete the mission, and you get these sub-objectives as well. If you complete the sub-objectives, you get a bonus in the next mission, which will sometimes be like you start with more blueprints or stuff like that. So they do have that stuff in there. So I'm going to turn this way down because when I trialed this earlier, a lot of stuff happened very quickly. So as you can see, this place has got a little bit bigger. So we'll kind of look around and see what's here. So there's your Casvagorian equivalents.
They're big.
They're your big dudes. As you can see, like there are higher level. So the reason
that guy's got a cool vest shirt combo going on.
The main reason you don't need the gem slugs, and the gem slugs in the original game were like high class people who would appear at your station and would literally shit gold that you could then recycle and get money. They've restructured how that stuff works that's tied into the research system. So the research system, Val, not right now, I'm busy. So this is the research kind of path for the game, and it organizes them around the type of clientele you get in your station. So you start with like space truckers who only need like berths and like garbage collection and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they need somewhere to sleep and somewhere to poop.
Exactly. And then you've got like drifters and then migrant workers, package travelers, tourists, and then upscale tourists. So these are like, so they will be the same races, but they will be like dressed better and want better stuff.
Sure.
And you unlock, unfortunately I've unlocked the maximum in this level, but you unlock these different groups of staff by first doing the prerequisites and then also spending this prestige, and you generate prestige from people being happy in your station. So people are happy in your station, you generate that, that's how you do your research. And that's how you unlock technology anyway. This is the big thing that was missing from the original game. There was no tech progression. You were entirely reliant until you got the research lab and the space station, or the space port
Yeah. You're reliant on traders to get your...
Yes. Also, there's mechs, but we'll get to mechs in a second. Yeah, so... let's get rid of this.
I saw a tab labeled as combat, and that makes me upset, because
you're about to see something a little bit. It's not... Yeah. So, what's going on here? So, the oxygen, the atmosphere thing. So, like... These are atmosphere scrubbers, which require oxygen crates, but they basically fix the atmosphere levels. So, like, your factory and your recycler over here, they spit out bad atmosphere, and you have to kind of manage all of that kind of stuff. And that goes really badly wrong if you don't start managing the atmosphere. They get real pissed real quickly, looking at that stuff. The campaign missions will also throw this stuff up, where Val will offer you an upgrade, and they're both of these upgrades have positive and negative. So this whole mission is about researching technology. So I can get, okay, the working speed is 50% higher, but the Eurekers, who are the people that work there, cost more for hiring and promotion, or you can reduce their working speed, but the research lab produces less toxic waste, which you need to manage. So you can choose one of these things. And you don't, as a tip, you don't get to just ignore them. If you ignore them, Val will just pick one.
Okay.
So you have to deal with them. Yeah. So what have we got down here? So like this is the berth, for instance. This is not going away. I assume this is because it's a game speed thing. But yeah, there we go. So this is the berth. One of the other extra things. Wait, what? The energy core in the biodeck is under control, under attack. Wait, from where? Oh yeah, here. So bad creatures. So let's just let's just send our security bots up to deal with them for the minute while we're talking.
The original game didn't have combat, or did, but it was really shit.
So it's not that much better. It's literally like, do you have forces? Point them at the forces, and then occasionally use the mechs.
Occasionally use your big gun.
Occasionally use your big gun. That's kind of it. But it's slow and it doesn't matter at this point. So yeah, so one of the other innovations that they've added to this is Prefab Rooms, which is kind of handy. So like if I build a berth here, I can do free construction like you could in the original game, where you literally like, I'm going to draw a room like of a specific size, and then I'm going to put the various parts of it in. But the other thing you can do is it has a bunch of pre-built ones for specific costs. So like if you just want a small berth, like there's a bunch of pre-built ones. And the rooms that you build, you can then save as blueprints. So if you keep building the same berth a lot...
The custom rooms that you build, you can save as...
Yes, you can save them.
Right.
Which is really nice. It actually, like... Because I originally looked at that, I was like, oh god, the prefab thing, like it ruins the whole point of the game. It's actually like, it's actually super useful for like the opening of the game, where you're like, I just need to build a berth like super quickly. Like,
oh sure, yeah.
Here you go. Here's the thing. Medical lab is still the medical lab. People will still get sick and have to go get scanned by the grey equivalents and get healed and all that kind of stuff. Cargo is still a thing, so you've got all your foods. Fibers are new. They're used mainly in research and stuff like that. Black market goods, which you'll get charged for if the space police come by and go, that's a lot of black market goods you've got, and they'll charge you a bunch. You have the factory, which I think is new. I can't remember the factory.
No, the factory you used to make blueprints. That was in the original.
Oh, okay. So now not only do you make blueprints, you can make resources as well. So you can build blueprints for specific things, like you can build blueprints for medical stations and whatever to then be traded. But also you have these resources. So like hollow crystals, which are a refined material, so they sell for more when you trade them, and also are used for construction for various things.
Right.
What else is there? Recyclers, just the recycler. You can dump garbage in the recycler, or your scuzzers, fuzzers, whatever they're called, will pick up rubbish and dump it here, and that gets converted to energy. This is your main moneymaker early on.
Oh yeah.
Where you dump garbage in there and it turns it straight back into energy. So interestingly as well, this is pulled straight from the original as well. Energy is both your energy and your currency. So you can see here, like, I have 22,000 energy, but all of the stuff that I have placed is in one of these construction rooms. So you can see that this is how much energy each of the rooms are using. So if I run out of money, the rooms themselves also start shutting down.
Okay.
So you need to keep your money up, because that is directly your energy for powering those rooms as well. So a lot of this is kind of pretty standard. Again, yeah, so this is the security station that was in the previous game, but now you have mechs, and these take a bunch of resources to build, and they're your big guns for dealing with combat. They come into use in the campaign in a couple of really interesting ways that I wasn't expecting, which I'm not going to spoil, but it was very much worth it. Again, jump to the fun deck. What's new on the fun deck? So these Disco's your DJ stuff. Again, little touches that I really like that made this game really good. The Disco produces bad atmosphere because of all these sweaty aliens. So
yeah, and it's really fucking loud, I imagine. So.
And it's loud, so you need to. The fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
It's an inspector, apparently.
I've never seen. I've heard the inspectors are on my station, but I've never seen an inspector. Huh. Okay. Also, this game's been getting patched quite liberally since it's come out, so there's some new stuff in here that I haven't seen before. So this is the standard thing. This is the cat cafe.
Oh, fuck off.
Which is what's it called? Starcats, I think it's called. Starcat Cafe. Yeah. So you get alien cats that you can play with, and they run into cat trees and all that kind of stuff. This is the arcade, so there's like VR stations and stuff in here. This is the black hole drop, which actually, if I make this go normal.
Oh, is it one of those launchers? Yeah.
It's a launcher that spins up there. Do I have the arcade? The loot box lottery. There we go. That's what it's called. I'm just gonna build one of them there. Which is just a loot box. It's just a loot box dispenser.
It's just a loot box.
Quite funny that's there. Oh, actually, we do have one. There you go.
It's just a fucking.
It's literally a pile of loot boxes. Oh, is this guy gonna buy one? He's already got a hat, or they've already got a hat, so I don't know what they get. But the fact that it spits out a box and is like.
It looks like the Overwatch loot boxes as well.
It quite clearly looks like Overwatch. Oh, hey, you got a thing?
Turkey chicken thing?
I don't know, but they seem happy about it. Okay, well, fair enough. They've got a thing. It's fine. Yeah, and then up on my bio deck, I assume they dealt with those creatures. Yeah, they did. So again, if I can is there anything harvestable? Yeah, there you go. So you harvest and it turns into crates, and then you can grab the crates and dump them downstairs. So one of the new things they've got is there are some plants. Oops, I need to stop doing that. Where are they? That just produce O2. I mean, these produce 5 minerals as well, but some plants just produce O2. You don't harvest, but they just generate O2 crates that you then use for a bunch of other stuff.
Right.
Yeah, and just stuff like the terraforming in here is much nicer. Like, it's much easier to use. Like, I went back and played the original game before I jumped into this just to get an idea of what it was like. I was like, yeah, it's again, a lot of it's quality of life stuff, but some of it just didn't work great, to be honest. And it definitely feels like they've made a lot of really nice improvements that make it much better to play, actually. And like, it actually gives you, there's always something to do in the game as well, which there was kind of big gaps of the old game where you just
I was gonna say there's a lot of waiting in the original game, like waiting for traders and stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of like Dead Space and stuff like that. Hey, okay, sure. Another little thing. These are the rubbish bins. These are now they move on their own and then run off and go dump their rubbish in the recycler, so you don't need to.
That one's walking into.
It's a short, like, I don't know, straight line.
What? Oh, he's going through the doors.
He's going through the thing. Yeah.
Did they go in like pick stuff up themselves, or did the Scuzzers still fill them?
The Scuzzers still fill them, but they go empty themselves.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that a lot.
So there's
also your mech's just standing. Why does your mech need wings? There's not exactly space to fly around.
Yeah, they just kind of hover. I don't know, because they look like mechs. So mechs have their own problems where they can't use the standard lift. So you need to build, like, in fact, do I have one?
Mech lift?
Yeah, you need like a
orbital platform.
Where are they? Part of. The hell is the mech lift? That's the tube lift. Patience, airlock, mech transporter. Oh, it's still locked. Okay, so again, to unlock individual technologies, it's you get bonus energy for unlocking stuff like projection in the tree, but it costs you prestige. I'm just gonna unlock that. Build your mech transporter.
Teleporter.
But it can only be attached to the wall, and it only goes straight up. So you need to actually have the thing above it also unlocked.
Don't like hatching from those cocoons on the biodeck.
Oh yeah, so that's those. Yeah, those things we saw earlier. They can hatch as cocoons, and then do this. So I'm gonna jump to my current, like where I actually am, just to show a little bit more, some more stuff unlocked. So this is where they open up the spaceport, and this is where the trading stuff comes in, which again is much cleaner than it used to be, where it'd be like you get a proper list of stuff, and it's like here's what they have, here's what you have, here's what you get good prices on, all that kind of stuff. So what have I got here? So this is a much kind of bigger space. So there's your so there's your mech transporter. So there should be one on each deck, I think now, probably. Yeah, so they can now get up there, and I basically just move them up here and leave them because most of the problems appear up here, to be honest, with like stuff hatching and all that kind of stuff. Is there anything new down here that we haven't seen yet? Not really. Oh god, that's a lot of what's happening here. Oh, they all need repaired. That's what it is. Yeah, god, stuff breaks a lot more. And then where is the actual trading thing? So yeah, so this is the actual spaceport. Like ships will come in here, you can trade with them to both make some money and get some stuff much cheaper than you would before. Do you have anything new up here? Not particularly. Oh yeah, some like fancy cleaners. So like, see them go in here and they'll
are they like showers?
Yeah, they're like hyper showers. These things are super expensive, as it turns out. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. Oh yeah, and then like the fancy hotels and the fancy sleep pods and stuff, fancy food, all that kind of stuff's up here. Yeah, but that's kind of it's that old game but improved in really.
Yeah, I was gonna say it seems interesting.
Yeah, so okay, yeah, maybe there is a but to all of this.
Okay.
This game is £45 on Steam.
Yikes. Okay.
Yeah, that is the base version. There's a deluxe version which I think just has the soundtrack for 54, but this game is 45 quid. I am okay paying that because I love this game, but if you are not familiar with the source material, it seems like a lot of money for what you get, and I don't know how long the campaign is. I've put what, like 8 hours, no, like 10 hours maybe into it right now, and there's obviously more stuff. Like I said, I haven't even seen the Zrem equivalents yet, the
religious people.
The religious people yet, so there's obviously more to come. But like I don't know how long the campaign is. 45 seems like a lot of money, but also I can't tell whether my view of what to expect is now being warped over the years, where like if it's not a triple A thing, it shouldn't be that. It's a weird one. It's a really weird one. So yeah, so take from that what you will. I don't think there's a demo, but yeah, it's a lot of money. It is a lot of money, but
that's a lot of money. Yeah,
I am enjoying my time with it so far. So it's out on Steam right now. The original game is also on Steam right now, and we talked about it a little bit in the podcast, but it has been literally, when I say rebuilt, I mean like from the source code rebuilt to run on modern machines. So it does run, and that is $5.99 on Steam. So
jeez, that's a really good deal.
If you want the original game is also there, but I quite like what they've done with this. But
yeah,
your money is your money, and only you can make that decision.
Of course.
It's maybe a little bit pricey. But yeah, so that's Spacebase Startopia. It's on Steam right now. And yeah, I like it. It's good. I'm going to go back to managing my station. Thanks,
yeah,
y'all.
of course. Thanks, kid.